Stretches of broad sandy beach form much of this coastline in northern France, a good place to walk and think. But on June 6, 1944, it wasn't so. British, American, Canadian troops and French commandos stormed these beaches from their landing craft. They ran, crawled, and fought their way through German gunfire from above the beaches. This was Operation Overlord, commonly known as D-Day. These youngsters witnessed the events. To this day, they remember. For Cécile Goncel, the invasion fueled the hope of freedom from Nazi occupation.
I remember one soldier who came in, clicked his heels, and saluted with the usual Heil Hitler. My mother, who was a very forthright woman, said, "No, no Hitler here. Hitler will soon be gone." My father tried to quiet her down. The German soldier just mocked her and said, "No, no, madam. It's the Allies who will be gone."
There were fears the Allies might never come, but they did. First, the Americans parachuted behind German positions. Some of them landed here at the family chateau of Suzanne Duchemin.
We all came out into the garden, and in the thicket over there were all these parachutes strewn about. And there were about 15 American soldiers here, all very relaxed as they came towards us.
Léon Gauthier was a young French commando. He took part in D-Day with very clear instructions.
They go straight forward, don't stop. We had orders not to stop, even for a wounded friend. Nothing like that. Our job was to take the position on top of the beach. We ran. We were soaking wet, but we didn't even remember being wet. We don't remember it.
The Allied operation took place on beaches all along this coast. Over 150,000 Americans, Canadians, Britons, and French came ashore here. Another 20,000 Americans parachuted behind enemy lines. Stéphane Simonet is a military historian at the War Memorial Museum in Caen.
It was the beginning of the liberation of Europe, and the objective of the Allies is just Berlin. It's not the Normandy, it's not Caen.
The supermen who believe their west wall impregnable.
In the months after D-Day came the liberation of Paris, the push across the Rhine River into Germany and onward. It would be another year before the war in Europe was finally over. The sacrifices were great. In the U.S. cemetery at Colville-sur-Mer lie the remains of more than 9,000 Americans who died on the beaches of Normandy or in the hinterland in the weeks that followed. In the nearby German cemetery at La Combe lie nearly 20,000 German soldiers. In all, over 425,000 Allied and German soldiers were killed, wounded, or missing in action during the fighting in Normandy. Thousands of French civilians were also killed, mainly in Allied bombings. Henri Jean Reynaud witnessed the events.
For us, the liberation was something extraordinary. Very often wars cannot be justified. But this one had to be fought, had to be won.
Every year, Allied leaders come here to commemorate those days and the liberation of Europe. This year is no different. Sonia Pace, VOA News, Sainte-Mère-Église on the Normandy coast.